Hi, good morning, and thank you very much for joining me today. I really appreciate you coming by and checking out my channel. So today, I am going to work on this book. I bought it quite some time back, 30 Days of Creativity by Johanna Basford, and I've done a few pages. I'll have to go through and do a segment that shows all of the pages that I've colored over the last few months, I guess. But anyways, I did the Brute Funner ones, and I'm working on the Prismacolors, and then I'm going to do the Polychromos, and then I'm going to do, I think, the Starjoy Gold, Premium Golds right here, and then I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do right here. I might just use glitter pens, glitter gel pens. But today I am using on this flower right here, I'm going to use hot pink, dark purple, and mulberry. Now this trio right here is from a tritone booklet that you can get from Coloring Bliss, which is really great. I believe some of the stuff is for free, but some of the stuff is, if you're a $5 member, you can download a lot of them. This, you can actually purchase this whole packet already pre-colored, or you can get it, you know, as a digital download. And then I put it on my thicker paper, and which has a nice texture to it. But anyways, you get the tritone set, the group. And then, which is the way I have my colors set out in my case, I have this set, and then I have all of the other colors behind that in their color groups. It works really well for me. And then she's got the color wheel, which has got the light, the medium, and the dark tones. And then you've got the big regular color wheel. And then here's her tritone front page. And they're made specifically for each color brand. So she's got the Prismacolors, she's got the ones for Polychromos, and so on. Black Widows. So a great place to check out some awesome supplies. And let's see, so you go through and you just color them in. And this is where she gets her analogous and her complementaries and monochromatic. So I'm in the process of doing that, and I'm pretty excited about it. But as for right now, I am working on this little guy right here. So let me get this set up. Okay, so, and then once I finish all of this, I will color in the box with a probably a shade of gray, maybe. So excuse me for my clearing my throat, but I'm having some issues with allergies. Right now it is almost, it's 6:25 right now. So, nice and early. I like to draw and color all day long. There's really no there's no specific time, because I have my art studio right here. Right now it's in the kitchen, but eventually I'll get it in a nice little spot. Looking forward to that. So that's the hot pink, and then we're going to move into the mulberry. Yep. I'll get this down in here. And the greens for the leaves, those were, let's see, what did I use? I used chartreuse. I think the other one is, what's this one? Apple green, and then I used the olive green. And, oh, I also used the artichoke. There's a little bit of a darkness there, so. And the colors, you know, pick the colors you want. Pick the colors you like. So I bought this new screen from Amazon. It's one of those magnetic ones. It's super easy to install. And it, you know, so it's a screen mesh and it's mounted along the outside of the door. And then the magnets are in the middle, so when you separate it, they go back together. And let me tell you, my doggies love that. I can open it, open the door, and I don't have to worry about flies. I don't have to worry about bugs coming in. I get to enjoy the birds way more than I was enjoying them before. You know, because they're just singing first thing in the morning, which is great. And so I just get to enjoy all of those beautiful sounds. And the funny thing is even in the background, you can hear the traffic, right? You can hear the traffic. But because of COVID, for the longest time, we didn't even get to hear that. It was just silence here. Which, you know, when that happened, we didn't even realize just how much traffic we were getting before that. But now it's still minimal. There's days where I don't hear hardly anything first thing in the morning. So my dogs are playing out there. Yeah, having a good time. I'm going to get some white, I think, too, and use that as the accent for these colors. No, this is such a tiny little picture. But I thought it'd be cute to finish it up with you guys. I'll work on some of the polychromos off camera, and then I'll come back on and I'll finish that, and then I'll do the same thing with the Starjoy Golds and the glitter gel pens. I think I'll use. I do have Blick and I have Deli, so maybe I'll get the Delis out. Let's see about that too. Go over this a little bit with the pink. Playtime. And get my white out. And again, you know, just like white, small, about 12 of them at one time, so I could always ensure that I have my blending white. Although the blending colorless blender works really well, I think the white seems to work a little bit better. Though it does change some of this black in there, but that's okay. I'm all right with that. Changing that. So let's go with that. Because I don't want it to look like white. I just want it to look like a really light pink. Oops. There. Eraser out real quick. One thing I discovered with this eraser, somebody pointed it out, is that when you're when you need a point on it, just put it on the sanding block and sand it. Get a little bit of a point like that. And man, I'm telling you, it works great because I don't always need that big blunt tip. And I just look how tiny that area is with this. Just like that. So, great idea. I believe that that was what's her name? Lori. I'm not sure what her website is, but she gave that tidbit of information for me, and I love it. So let's see. I would call that one done. Like it. And then this one, I think I'm going to go with the shades of some a little bit different. Instead of the blue, I'm going to go with these guys. So let's see what I have. I have cobalt turquoise, aquamarine, and light aqua. So I'm going to use those. Sharpen just a tad because, you know, I don't know about you guys, but I never sharpen my pencils and then put them away. Do you? Do you sharpen your pencils and then put them away for the next day? Or do you just put them away and then sharpen them as you need them? I would like to know. So you can put that in the comment down below. All right, so I am going to start with the light color right here. And just work that around. I'm hoping that I'm in screen, because you know, if I'm not, it's kind of a bummer. There, I hope you can see that. Right? In screen. And again, I am coloring upside down. Because like I've said before, I think that it helps you take your concentration off of the object. Off the object. And hold on just a second. They're out of control. Okay. Sorry for that pause there. One of my dogs had surgery, so she's recovering quite well. And today she wanted to go out there and play and throw the ball. So that's what I did. I went out there and threw the ball with her for a little bit, well, with both of them actually. And we live in Southern California, so our backyard is mostly dirt. So had to do a little cleanup because her little halo hoodie thing, whatever it's called, got a little dirty. So, so all taken care of, and now they're happy dogs. They're water and got their treats, and it's all good. Beautiful morning. Probably about 65-ish. I would look on my phone, but my phone is recording. But it's very nice out. It's actually been nice out for quite a while, which is really kind of amazing because usually by this time of year, it is so hot that we have to turn all of the, or turn the AC on and close everything up by this time. I mean, summer isn't completely here yet, so just see how hot it gets. See how hot it gets in the next few weeks, right? So anyways, let me know what you think here. So I've done a couple of book reviews on some new coloring books, and I would love some recommendations on on some pages. I have a lot of books that I haven't even started yet. I do have one that I put it aside that I am experimenting on. And let me get that. Okay, now this is a mess, okay? I always have a very ugly, right? Ugly look. They have an ugly stage, I guess we could call it. So this one, let me just zoom out. This is from a book of Creative Haven's Coloring Proverbs coloring book. And as you can see, you can hardly see the writing in there. But that's okay, because I'm going to go over this whole thing once. I'm working on watercolors here, which I've never really worked on before. This is a new medium for me. I'm quite afraid of watercolors. But that's me. So anyways, I have my watercolor cakes there, Winsor Newton, and then I have these little pencils, and this is what I started with, and it just was the wrong tool. So it didn't turn out, and I'm like, okay, well, I think I just ruined this. But I went back over it with the Winsor Newton and kind of blended it in, and then the flowers, I'm all using these little guys on all of the flowers, just layering. And then I'll do the leaves, and then I'm going to do all of the rosebuds the same color to pull it all together, and then I'm going to go over it with color pencils. That's my plan. So I'll give you guys little snippets of the journey that I'm on with that one. I'm excited about it. And so let's get back in here to this little guy. And see, really simple. These are so tiny, you know. They're so very tiny, and it's kind of hard to get a lot of detail in these little guys here. So basically, it's kind of like a little short blending lesson, you know, because if you can blend it together, then you're okay, right? So if you just make sure that you have at least 3 of your color choice, right? At least 3. You want to have your light, your medium, and your dark. And you can use the colorless blender. Oop. That's my dog with a hood on her. Little cover. I don't know what she's doing. She's going in and out the door like 15 times. And her name is Coco. So I have Coco and I have Trixie. 2 very adorable, cute little doggies. We love our dogs. Okay, so it's just basic, you know, blending. Have your minimum of 3 colors. In some cases, use 4. Have your blender, which can either be the white, a cream, or the colorless blender for that. And you can blend anything, really. Just get your tricolors. So I recommend that on Coloring Bliss. ColoringBliss.com is her website. That's for Jennifer Stay. Okay, so that is that. I'm not going to let you have you just sit here and watch me color in the gray, because that's kind of boring. So I will continue with the gray filled in, and then I'll move into the polychromos, and I will be back shortly. Okay, I'm back. Now I've got that colored in. And that looks pretty good. I just used a, I think it was ultramarine blue to kind of highlight the centers here. Not really too much color, just enough color. And then I just kind of accented it around the edges there. So let's move on to the polychromos. And you probably have seen a review of mine that I had for these great cases. And what I did was I took the piece of paper, the cardstock, and I wrote the name of the color pencil, and then I put it on a paper clip, a large paper clip, and I weaved it in through here, and I can basically zip all of it up like that. Super easy, instead of doing one at a time. Although if you only want to do one at a time, then it's difficult. But I opened my whole thing up, so it works out for me. But anyways, just another little tidbit. My polychromos are not organized in the tricolor format. They are organized in the color spectrum format. And with that in mind, let's pick some colors here. Now I usually do the leaves and everything first. So I'm going to pick out my colors for those. So what do I want? Do I want the same kind of, that's kind of more of an olivey green. And this one's kind of more of a lime green. So let's go with a, what do I want? A little bluish green? No, because I want to put some color into the, let's go with a, how about this here? It's kind of a dark phthalo green, a hooker's green, which is just a basic, and then cobalt. What's that one? Deep cobalt green, hooker's green, and phthalo green. So these are almost sharp. Let me sharpen those. And I got these for Christmas from my husband a few years back. Oh my God, I love them. And I have a beautiful rack that I do not have them out. They're in the case right now, so. But I will have an art studio, I hope soon. And I'll show you, give you all a tour of that when it's up and organized. Okay. So with colored pencils, I was watching this one colorist. Oh, her name is Julie's Passion for Color, I think. She only uses, well, I mean, she uses a lot of pencils, but when she's coloring something, she uses the pressure of the pencil to get the dark, the medium, and the light colors. And I think that is, it's just amazing to watch. It's what it is. It's just amazing. You watch her do that, and it's just, you're very impressive to only use, you know, the one shade, and to then get all those different tones. And then she goes over it with the colorless blender. And it just looks fantastic. Oh, there we go. Light, medium, dark. I will probably go over this with I'm not sure. Go over the cream to blend it in. That would look nice, wouldn't it? Okay, so I'm going to continue on. Well, let me do this with cream first so that you can see it. And then I will do all of the stems and leaves, and then come back and do the coloring. So let's see, where's my cream? Cream. Is it? Green. Yep. That one's already sharpened. Amazing. It just gets a little bit of just a tint, just a light tint of color. Yep. I'm using pretty firm pressure here when I'm using this cream. It's medium pressure for the lay down of the color. And with 3 colors in such a tiny little area, it's basically what I'm ending up with is 4 layers here. So that looks cute. I like that. I just want to make sure that it's different from the others. And alright, so I'm going to move on, and I will have you join me at the end of all of the stems. So what I did here was I put the yellow down first in the areas that I wanted to highlight, so that it will not get quite as dark. It looks beautiful. Using medium pressure. So as you can see, these These take a little longer, Polychromos, because you have to layer upon layer. The blending isn't quite so easy. With these, as it is with the Prismacolors, you know, the wax just moves right around on top of the other pencil color, and you can actually blend them literally on the paper. These you blend by layering. Layer, layer, but they, you know, you can see the difference, right? Finish up with these two. So the way I color, I always try to I try to go down light, because you can always add. You can always add. Not that you can't erase, but you know, that affects the paper. Erasing damages the paper, actually. So how quiet that is. These dogs. 20 minutes ago they make so much noise. Okay. I know some people that when they color with their darkest first. I haven't learned that skill yet. So we'll see how that goes, but I have to work my way up. very tiny. Okay, I'm back. So let's see what we got here. Get a little bit closer. There we go. Not quite sure why it looks so dark. Let's see. A little bit lighter. That's what it looks like. Okay, so I'll color these little guys. And I'm going to start with I'm going to do oranges, orange color. Yes, let's go with let's go with light cadmium red. That's a good color. And the light orange is going to be with this one, which is dark cadmium yellow. And let's see, do I want how about this one right here? This is cadmium orange. So this will be my 3 for this one. Let's see. So let's see. So I was watching this YouTuber, and I think her name is the Unexpected Gypsy, I think. Anyway, she was talking about, she had a question or two in her comment section from a video, and she wanted to talk about it. And it was, what makes a person an artist? I happen to think that's a really good question. What does make a person an artist? What makes them an artist? The income? Do they get paid? Does that make them an artist? Or just because they went to school? They've got a degree? Does that make them an artist? If you're doing something artistic, and it doesn't have to be just coloring, drawing, painting, sculpting, music. There's millions of creative forms of art, right? So what makes somebody an artist? And I was thinking about it, and I happen to think that what makes a person an artist is the passion that they have, right? Because it doesn't matter whether you think you're a good artist or not. Oops. What matters is whether you have the passion. Because if you have the passion to do something and you constantly are doing it, like for example, I happen to have every morning, except for a couple of weeks ago when I got the flu, or cold, or whatever it was, that was the only time in probably a couple of years that I actually didn't have my colored pencils in my hands every day, which I do. Usually have them in my hands every day. So I'm coloring every day. So if you're coloring every day, or you're painting every day, or you're drawing every day, I would think that you would have some kind of passion, right? if you find yourself with the desire to create, because I think that's really, that's the core. Creating. Like, I knit, and I just, I kind of knew how to crochet, but I never really crocheted, because the crocheting is, it is bulky for my taste. I like knitting because it's you get a thinner layer, as opposed to crocheting. It's like doubled up and it's bulky. But then again, it depends on what kind of yarn. So I've discovered that, you know what, I can crochet things with different types of stitches, which, you know, I didn't know how to do that. I just knew single crochet. It's like that's all I knew, and that was fine for me at the time. So now I can like double crochet, triple crochet, and, you know, I'm trying to learn all kinds of other crochet stitches. And you know, so I was like knitting cup cozies, right? Cup cozies for my coffee cups. And hold on a second, I'll grab a couple of them and show you guys what I've done. Okay, so like these, for example. These are, you know, they're just little ones for, you know, cans of soda, or I have a couple of glasses that are narrow, and, you know, it absorbs the moisture. You know, so for cans, these work really well. And they're super easy to knit. You know, you get a thin, wonderful textured material, and, you know, you can see this one's well loved. I gotta wash that. But you can see it, the texture's great. And then I did these because, you know, I was seeing them at the store. You know, everybody's selling cups with these little cozies on them. This is my winter one. And then this is my spring one. As you can see, it needs to be washed because I got like all kinds of coffee spilt on it. Right? Coffee is all over it. But anyways, they go on my cups. So these I crocheted because these, I want them to be a little bit bulkier, but they just look beautiful on my cups. And then these are knitted. So I think everything has a purpose, right? Everything. So I do washcloths, and then I do the outer edge with the crochet, you know, the border, because the borders look really cute and easy to do when you're crocheting. So anyways, when you have the desire to be creative, then it flows through everything you're doing, right? And when you're creative, who are we to say whether a person is actually, you know, considered an artist or not? I mean, that's a label, right? How do we feel about labels? When we label ourselves? I happen to believe that I am an artist. I've been drawing all my life, painting with the oils and acrylics, and now watercolors, and I'm enjoying it. I'm going to go a little bit on the dark side for that outer edge here. See if I want this one. Just a little bit. A little bit orange here. So polychromos take a little bit longer to get your results. but the result is, I think, different. I think it looks different. I think because, you know, and I'm new to the color pencil world. I've been doing this for a couple of years. But, you know, you can tell whether somebody's colored something with Polychromos, or if they colored something with Prismas. Right? So, anyways, I like that. I like the way that looks. So I'm going to use a, let's try this green, this cadmium yellow lemon. Cadmium yellow lemon for the center. See if it gives it a little bit more of a green contrast. Which I like. And let's get something a little bit darker. Like, how about this one? Go around here on our edges. Zoom back in, because you can't see that, right? Yeah. Very happy with that. And then this one, well, I'm going to go ahead and color them, and then meet you at the end. The last one here. Beautiful blues. Blue, blue, blue. Like this color. Cobalt turquoise. And light cobalt turquoise. And then a beautiful dark blue, which would be what? Prussian? Prussian blue. Okay, so let's do these. Yep. All right, so let's go with the lightest color on the back side. So it's usually the way it is, isn't it, on flowers?
what's going on, huh?
Sorry.
playing?
Good girls. Good girls. So it's salmon and beige red. And let's see, do you want to use cream? Let's use yellow. Let's see what I get. That's pretty. Let's see. So what next? See. Got this. Let's do red. Some crimson. This. And let's see. There's carmine. Okay. Okay, so that is my Polychromos, and I'm going to color this in with the gray, and then I'll move on to the other ones. Like I said, I think I'm going to do Star Joy Gold Premier on that one. So, all right. So, what color gray should I use? Let's see. We're going to use how about a cool gray, because there's a lot of warm colors in here. I don't realize how much these two look alike, but that's okay. So let's do a cool gray. Maybe this one, cool gray 4. Cool gray 4. Let's see. Yep, that's what I'm going to use. All right, so that is pretty much the end of today color log. And let me know which ones you like. And if you've enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and join me on this journey. And we will talk again soon. Have a great day.